this is, Piers, it is a private it is a football team, right? That's their prerogative. This is not a nation
he doesn't have to
state,
wear it.
implementing this. Yeah, I mean, right. So I don't know why you're getting so upset, and also there's like a weird
because they're going to sanction him.
Okay.
Well, they should.
Okay, you think it's okay?
Then he can go play somewhere where they don't make him wear that.
In this video, Tomi Lahren joins Francesca Fiorentini on the panel on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Tomi Lahren and Francesca Fiorentini argue if athletes should be required to wear pride flags or other symbols that go against their personal values when an organization tells them to. With that, let's watch Tomi Lahren effortlessly bat away all of Francesca Fiorentini's typically stupid arguments.
To wear an LGBT pride badge. Now, James, again, I simply say this. Why the hell should he have to? If his conviction is from a country, by the way, which is a place where they do not believe that homosexuality is anything but a sin, I don't agree with that. You don't agree with that, obviously. But that's where he comes from. His religious conviction tells him that. He's not being homophobic. He's not saying homophobic things. He just doesn't want to wear an LGBT pride badge while he's playing football. Why the hell should he?
What, LGBT and the rest of it, did you say?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the rest of the letters are? LGBT.
Even you don't know.
I do actually.
Go on, then.
LGBTQFU. Now, back to what he was saying. Let's have a conversation about it.
You actually can't remember the rest of the digits, can you?
I
You
can.
can't. Nobody can.
Let's have a conversation about it. He also covered up a sign that said no homophobia in French.
Right.
So, you know,
why should he have to
listen,
wear
on
them?
one hand, I'm like, cool, if you don't want to wear the rainbow flag, that's a bit awkward. But if you don't want to wear a flag that says no homophobia,
Why should he have to?
So what, are you pro-homophobia?
No.
No, it does. If you don't want to support,
He doesn't want to wear it.
No homophobia just means no bullying. It means human rights. And if you don't want to say that, then what the hell are you doing?
I've got to be
on a
honest.
team?
I wouldn't wear an LGBT pride badge.
Do you support
on
homophobia?
air. No.
Right.
But this is Piers. It is a private it is a football team, right? That's their prerogative. This is not a nation
he doesn't have to
state,
wear it.
implementing this. Yeah, I mean, right. So I don't know why you're getting so upset, and also there's like a weird
because they're going to sanction him.
Okay.
Well, they should.
Then
okay, you think it's okay?
Then he can go play somewhere where they don't make him wear that.
No, Tommy, let me bring.
So off the bat, I don't think anyone should be forced to wear some activist patch, whether they're on a sports team, whether they work for a company, whatever it is. If it goes against your personal values, religious or otherwise, then you shouldn't have to. And not wearing something that says no homophobia doesn't make you homophobic. You just don't feel like wearing it. That's fine. Here's the rub, though. See, I've never spoken these words in my life, but Francesca is right. It is a private company. And technically, they have the right to tell players to wear that. Please don't anyone out there get it twisted that I think they should or he should wear this patch and go against his own values, but then they're going to sanction him, probably fine him. I think ideally they'd bench him and be wasting a bunch of money on a player that's not getting any playing time because they're trying to teach him a lesson. And eventually they'd just be wasting money by paying his contract. So hopefully some other club could pick him up. So when she says, oh, just go play somewhere else, it's stupid the way she's saying it. But ideally he would end up somewhere else where he doesn't have to deal with this garbage. And I understand why they all groaned. It's ridiculous. Go play somewhere else then. I mean, it's one thing if a company's asking every one of their employees to follow a dress code at work or to spend less than $20 on lunch on the company dime or whatever it is. But this is an activism thing. What place does that have in a business, especially in a team sport where you want to put the best players on the field and give your team the best opportunity to win? That's what professional sports is about. So I wouldn't want to work for a company. I wouldn't want to play for a team that puts their activist mindset above the goal of the organization. It's utterly ridiculous. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Just to be clear on my stance, I think that they have the right to do it. I think it's stupid. I think he should stand by his convictions and not do it. And unfortunately, very, very unjustly suffer the consequences, but that's admirable in my opinion. Ultimately, it's just sad that we've let these stupid causes, why does this organization care so much that they sacrifice putting the best team on the field to virtue signal to the world? What is that going to get them? We've seen what happens when companies go woke, and this is, going woke, and this is like a precursor to going full on woke. Like, you don't succeed by doing this stuff. You succeed by hiring people to do a job, letting them do it to the best of their ability, giving them the tools they need to succeed, not demanding that they side with you on some social issue. It's so freaking stupid. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
No, Tommy, let me bring you in for some common sense as usual.
No, but I thought we were talking about Harrison Butker. I didn't get any bite at the Butker apple here.
Well,
That's
have
not
a
fair.
bite of the Butker apple.
I
Go
think
on.
we all
Let's
know
have
what
a
you're
bite of the
probably going to
Butker
say, so we can just summarize that.
Yes.
Girl,
We all
don't you
probably knew
have a
what she was gonna say
Beyonce
on that.
album to
I
get
wanna
pissed
talk
off
about this because it's
she was
something-
she's in a cowboy outfit.
Okay.
Ooh, she got an American flag on. She thinks she's a country
Yeah.
singer. I'm sure you've got a few
Never
videos
said
to do
anything about that, but whatever.
Yeah, that's why. Please don't
You
interrupt
seem
me when I'm
rather
about to...
obsessed with my work, so I appreciate it. Piers, I'd like to get back to the point at hand.
Yes.
So
Wait, I'm sorry,
again,
were you
women
talking,
supporting
girl?
women, be
I don't
quiet while I
think so.
talk.
No, you
Okay.
talk
Very
to
feminist
me.
of you,
We listen
Francesca.
to
Point at
you.
hand.
We
Francesca, can you
listen
let
to
another
you,
woman
B.
speak, please?
Yeah.
No.
So much for being a
I'm not going to
feminist.
because you talked about Harrison, and now I'm going to talk about Harrison. Harrison Butker's mom is a physicist who works in an oncology department. All this is a bunch of mommy issues that he laid out at a bunch of female graduates who are trying to celebrate this incredible achievement, and he tells them that they have been told a diabolical lie. I mean, that is absolutely disrespectful and degrading. You want to
Okay.
talk about women's rights? They've just achieved this.
Your
and
point-
the other thing is the rest of his speech was about, oh, what happened to the Catholics and all the good Catholicism and where have we gone awry and why don't we respect priests anymore? Gee, I wonder why we don't respect priests anymore. Can anyone think of what's happened to the priesthood in the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Anyone? No? Yeah, that's what I
okay.
thought.
Yeah, there have been
Yeah.
a lot of priests have been exposed as paedophiles, and it's completely outrageous. I say
Exactly.
that as a Catholic
Exactly.
who's as appalled by it as you are. Tommy, I want to bring
I think they just have Francesca Fiorentini on these shows because they know she's going to say stupid things. And she's so aloof to how dumb she sounds. And she never has any facts or evidence to back up what she's saying. And she tries to make what she thinks are like funny jokes, like that Beyonce thing or whatever. I'm not going to get into this, but I looked her up when I was doing another video on her, and apparently she was a comedian at one point. Can you imagine her comedy? I'm shocked she didn't have massive success as a comedian with these funny little quips she always makes. I mean, there's no one less funny on the planet than her. She's also like the stereotype of what people would say about women like her. Super catty. She interrupts Tomi Lahren when Piers asks her to talk and then accuses her of interrupting her. Like, again, just like a catty, whiny baby. I didn't hear Harrison Butker's speech, whatever she's talking about, but I know he's a vocal Christian, which thank goodness, because there's less and less these days, especially people with some kind of platform. I don't know if he said, why don't people respect priests? I will say I agree with Piers. It's vile what the Catholic Church did with priests, but doesn't take away from the base tenets of Christianity and what's important. Priests aren't to be worshiped. Leaders of churches aren't to be worshiped. God's to be worshiped. So these are just men that did awful, awful things to protect, to me, some of the most evil people in our society. So I have no problem conceding that. But I believe he was talking to a graduating class in college or something, and he said they've been told a diabolical lie. I haven't even heard it, and I can guarantee you he's right, because these are college grads, presumably. If I'm right that they're college grads, a diabolical lie could be one of 8 trillion that they're indoctrinated with when they're in college. So, but anyway, ex-comedian Francesca here is unfunny, adds nothing to the conversation except whining and complaining, and never really brings any good argument to these panels. And there is no doubt in my mind, Piers knows exactly what he's doing when he has these loony liberals on there. He knows it's great. It's great for watching. I mean, they just say stupid things, and normal, sane people get to tell them how ridiculous they are and why they're wrong. And she doesn't even realize that she's the butt of the joke here. Anyway, let's get back to the
Bring you in though. We've allowed you to have your Butker bite. Let's bring Tomi back into this Monaco player, because it reminded me, there's a Northern Irish footballer, and he refuses every year to wear a poppy, which is, one of the red poppies that we wear in our country to salute the work of the armed forces. And it's something we do on Remembrance Sunday over here. Now, the reason he doesn't wear it, it turned out, is that it represents all the military operations by the British Armed Forces. And he comes from a certain part of Northern Ireland where the British Parachute Regiment killed a lot of civilians. And it became known as Bloody Sunday. U2 wrote a song about it. It became a hugely contentious thing. He comes from literally the very street where families of those who were killed live. So the idea that he would wear a poppy saluting the British Armed Forces would obviously not go down well with his own street.
This is false equivalence, Piers.
No, it's not false equivalence.
How many people have queer?
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
Let him finish. Look at Tomi. So my point is, I don't feel everyone here feels he should be compelled to wear it. I don't. And I don't think this Monaco player should be compelled to wear it. If he starts spewing homophobic stuff, different issue, take him to task. He's not. He's just saying, I don't want to wear a patch, thanks.
Right. I don't think that athletes should be forced to wear anything outside of their actual uniform, and that they should be expected to do anything beyond playing the game that they're there to play. What I don't understand about this forced pride on everybody, why are we forced to celebrate who you want to sleep with? It makes no sense. If you're playing soccer, football, volleyball, why do I care who you sleep with? If you are proud of yourself, which is what pride means, then why do I have to celebrate your sexuality? Why does your teammate have to celebrate your sexuality? Why does an entire team and organization have to celebrate your sexuality?
Tomi makes such a good point. Yeah, what are we doing here? Because this pride stuff and all these activist movements are jammed down our throats so much, no pun intended, I lose sight of the fact sometimes that the thing we're supposed to be celebrating is who a certain group of people likes to have sex with. Talk about the destruction of Western society. Like, what are we doing? I'll wrap up by saying people like Francesca Fiorentini are so unfulfilled in their life that they're desperate to attach themselves to something under the guise of caring about other people, when it's really for them, because they just have such a lack of meaning or purpose in their life. And she's the queen of it, because she will hop on every single ridiculous activist movement that pops up and be the first one screaming the loudest about it, but not really knowing anything about what she's talking about. But we want to hear from you. What did you all think about this conversation over athletes being forced to wear pride or activist patches on their uniforms? Are they obligated to because it's a private company, or are they not? Should players just fold and go against their convictions and just wear it and say, hey, it's for my job? Or is it important, like I believe it is, to stick with your convictions and take whatever consequences come your way? Let us know. Anyway, as always, we really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.